Good morning, good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing amazing. What's up, David? What's up, Jeb? Good to hear from you guys. Good to see everybody. Let's see if this catches up here really quick. Yes, no black backdrop today. Make sure your guys' comments are public. No black backdrop today. Kind of lighten things up a little bit. I'm going to print a whole bunch of cool posters, line the entire office with them. All that fun stuff. So never a dull moment. How many of you guys are like me from the perspective of you love change? Like if Jenny was in here right now, let me plug my little recorder in here and see if I can record this. If Jenny was in here right now, she would tell you if it was my choice, we would move every 9 months because I just love to move. I love the newness of new things. And I shouldn't even say new things. I just love different, variety. Maybe that's what it is. Variety is probably a better word, right? I don't know how about you guys, but this weekend for me was crazy busy weekend, loaded with soccer, State Cup, 4 games in 2 days. 4 games in 2 days. We had Super Bowl. We had stuff with my daughter with gymnastics and all that stuff. And, this morning, yesterday being Valentine's Day, I got a little bit of sick, less yesterday morning. Wasn't really feeling up to it. Now back in Jeb can't even stay in the same state for an hour. So I totally get it. Now back in the flow of things this morning, I'm like, gosh, doesn't it feel great? Just to be back in the flow of everything is and Peyton, my son's like, oh yeah, we have a 4-day weekend this weekend. I'm like, what? Yeah, we got a 4-day weekend. It's I didn't know there's a holiday this weekend. I think it's President's Day or whatever. Maybe I could be totally off. He's like, and then we have a teacher day on Friday or something like that. And I'm like, man, this stuff never freaking ends. Which leads me to the live today. I remember being on the support call with HubSpot a couple of weeks ago and saying, David, you and I are on the same page, right? A couple of weeks ago, and I remember telling them God, you guys put out content like crazy, and there's all these lead magnets everywhere, and you've got to have this entire team of 30 people to manage this. And they said, yeah, well, we do have a team, obviously, but it's a little bit more streamlined than you may think. It's not one form, one page, one workflow for every single blog post we do. We've streamlined it. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to show you, most of you guys that are watching this are either using Keap, some of you guys are using ActiveCampaign, we've got ActiveCampaign, we've got a couple HubSpot users. I'm going to show you how it works based on the WordPress and Keap platform. Because if you can understand it there, it pretty much applies to everywhere. And the exciting thing is we really only need to build this once, and then all we need to do for all the subsequent landing pages is really just change the headline. That's all we have to do. And we have to make a little tiny tweak inside the Keap campaign to make sure that we're delivering the right lead magnet based on what they registered for. And the good thing on the Keap, the good news on the Keap campaign is it's really only one campaign with a couple decision diamonds, so we can make sure that's going. So without further ado, what's up, Andy? I hope you're having an amazing, I keep saying Monday because I wasn't feeling good yesterday, so I didn't really do anything. But happy Tuesday. All right, let's get into it. I'll get over to my screen share. So what we're gonna do first is I'm going to build the landing page for you. We're gonna build this once, and every other time we're just gonna, and I'll give you guys this template, right? Every other time we're just gonna copy and paste this. Now, we're not gonna build a blog post template on this because I think sometimes it's just easier to copy and redo a page. So we're gonna add a section. We're gonna put our image up here for our logo. We'll just use the Inbound Fanatics logo. We're gonna use the white one. And on the background here, we're going to put a photo. So again, I'm just gonna use a generic photo right now. We're going to put it back there. So far that looks okay. Let's do center. And let's make the size cover. And then we're going to go down here to background overlay. And in my case, I'm going to use my black brand color, which is that one right there. And then I'm going to put that, I always do 0.65, just because it's enough to see the background, but not enough to where it's a highlight. Now, obviously, we don't want this big logo here. So we're going to click the logo, make this full size, and then we're going to come to style and just bring that way down so it sits there on the top. Okay, so that's good. Next, we're going to drag a headline or a heading right below the logo, and that same thing, we're going to center that. That's going to be an H1. We're going to make the color of that white. And I think that size, I think it's probably set to 56. Let's see if it is. Nope, we're gonna set that to 56. I use Oswald as our heading. You guys could use, the same or not. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna add some padding to the top. We're just gonna do 10 on top and we're gonna do 100 on bottom, and I'll explain while we're doing that in a second. Actually, that's not true. We're gonna do 150. And this is going to be, this part right here is going to be your call to action. And then below this, we're going to put another heading. Sorry, this is going to be an H2. And we're going to describe what they get. Center that. And then we're going to make it default. Again, change the color to white. My H3 should have been Montserrat, so we're going to check that. Okay. We're going to describe what they get right there. So we're just going to leave that. Now we're going to add one more section. And we're going to make that just a single column. Again, we're going to drag this over here. Make one column. This one, I only want this to be, let's say, 800 pixels wide. Yeah, that looks good. The background of this, we're gonna make light gray. And again, you guys, if you're not following me, I'm going like super fast. You don't need to, because I'm gonna give you the whole template file. All right, I'm gonna do a super light gray background overlay. I don't care about border. I'm gonna add a little bit of a little bit of radius to it. And what I'm gonna do here with this section, not with the whole section, but with this column, is we're gonna bring the margin up negative 150 pixels. Just kidding, we're gonna do it a negative 110. Let's see what that looks like so far. Okay, so far we're getting somewhere. Now what we need to do is we need to go drag a heading in here. We're going to center that. And again, within this column, I'm going to do 40 pixels all around. Okay, there we go. That looks good. And then we're going to put a form in here. This is where things start to get leveraged. So I don't know about you guys, but when we ask for stuff like this, and I'll check in with chat here. What's up, Jackie? When we ask for contact info for just lead magnets, the most I would ask for would be first name and email. If you want to get the most amount of conversions, you ask for email only. If you want to get no conversion, you would ask for a phone number. Because again, if I'm looking to download a PDF, I don't really know why I would give you my phone number. And we really need to understand like when we should ask for a phone number and when we shouldn't. If you're just arbitrarily asking for phone numbers, you're not going to get them because people don't understand why they need to give that part up. I've told you guys multiple stories in the past how like I'm a salesperson at heart. I love selling. If I could sell all day, that's the only thing that I would do. I had an AT&T rep walk into my office. I think I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. And she cold sold me on faster internet, which I happened to need at that time, right? So I had a need and she coincidentally was there. So, a deal happened and we upped our internet, which was great. And but what I don't like is when people arbitrarily call for no reason, right? We buy a domain, somebody calls me, hey, we work with this web agency, we specialize in X, Y, and Z. Like those calls are exhausting. It's not that it's not profitable, right? Because if you make enough dials a day, you will make money, right? And that's a complete, like if I was running a call center for like satellite TV or something like that, I would go buy a list and I would have 75 people make 500 dials a day. That from an enterprise level, I think that is a very good use of time because due to sheer economies of scale, conversions will set in. If you're just a solo entrepreneur, maybe you're a real estate agent or maybe you're in the service-based business and you depend on every single action account, then you want to go the marketing way to get as much contact info as we can, opt-in contacts, and then slowly ascend them to where they feel like, hey, you know what? This Jed Bland guy, this Jackie Scholleman girl, like they're really giving me what I want to know. Like I'm okay giving her my phone number. Right? And then that's when the conversions really start to skyrocket. But it's funny, I was talking to my son the other day, and on Valentine's Day, there's this girl at school he likes. He's in 6th grade here in California, 6th grade's in middle school. And, they do this thing where they like will talk to everybody else in the school but the very person they should be talking to, right? So he's texting everybody like, hey, do you have her phone number? Or, has she said anything about me or all that? And I said, hey, Peyton, do you know like probably what the easiest way to convert on this is? And he goes, what, Dad? And I said, just to start a conversation. And he goes, oh, nobody does that anymore. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah, Dad, that's awkward. And I said, well, sure, it's awkward. And I said, why is it awkward? What if she rejects me? I said, the only reason she's going to object to you or reject you up front, Peyton, is not because of anything that you did. It's because that she just doesn't have enough context to figure out why she should continue the conversation. Yeah, Dad, it doesn't really work that way, right? So we're in this dialogue last night on the way to soccer. And I said, look, if you don't know anything about anybody, the answer is always going to be no, right? And that's kind of like the takeaway that I spit out last night that I'm like, oh, hey, that's kind of like a good lesson, right? If I don't have any context with Jackie and, Jackie just calls me out of the blue and says, you want to sell your home? I'm going to say no, even though I may want to sell my home because I've got no context with her whatsoever. So sorry for that little long rant and all of these things. It's super important. Make sure that we build this in chunks, meaning we ask for a little bit more as we go. And then by the time they're ready to go, they'll give you everything they want because they're already bought into the system. So let's get back to the form. So I'm going to assume you guys are going to do first name and email. So let's change name to first name. We'll go over here, change this to first name. We're going to require this, and then we're going to turn off message. We don't care about message. And we want your email address. Put an asterisk after that because it's required. Let's put an asterisk after this because it's required. Let's turn off the labels to make it look a little cleaner. Now, so far this is looking good, but there's some things that I want to change. The send button probably needs to be send me the report. Or you could just do continue. I'll just do continue now because that's probably the easiest one. We'll go to style. I'm going to go down here to the button. And we're going to change the background color to our brand color. Nope, that's this one right here. Sorry. Okay, that looks good, but the form needs to be a little bit more horizontal. So I'm going to go back into the section. I'm going to unlock everything. I'm going to put 80 on top and 80 on bottom. That still doesn't look good. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go down to 700. See if that's any better. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. But maybe I'm only going to do 60 on top, 60 on bottom. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so far I think I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to put another piece of text down here. It says something in fact of we hate spam as much as you do. And we're going to center this and we're going to make that my primary color. And then again, I don't know why Elementor does this. Okay, now in the actual form, I'm going to collect a couple other pieces of info. We're going to make this hidden. You guys see me do this all the time. So UTM_source. And I'm going to paste that there, put this under the parameter. Hit that. Let's add a couple more of those. This one's going to be medium. Paste it right there. Paste this right here. This one's going to be UTM campaign. Copy that, advanced, paste right here, paste under the parameter. And then the other thing, the most important thing that we need to collect is the hidden page title. So we're going to go again, hidden. We're going to call this page, whoops, not paste, page title. And then we're going to go pull the page title right there. And then we're going to call this page title as well. Okay, so we've got first name, email. We're going to call this lead magnet form. Global form is what I'm going to call this. So we know that's where it comes up. Okay, so what we want to do now is, I think we're okay with the form. So now what we want to do is we already edited the button, actions after submit. We're going to do WP Fusion, right? Because we want to add it to our Keap account. We're always going to collect submissions because that's our fail-safe. If you guys want a email to go to, just a, new lead magnet registration. If you guys want an email notification to go out, you're going to fill that out right there. And here we're going to deal with this in a second in WP Fusion, but we're going to map all this stuff really quick. So let's go to email address and map email. Let's go down to first name. Map first name. Let's go all the way down to the UTMs. So we got UTM campaign. We got UTM medium. We have UTM source. And then in most of your accounts, you should have a field that's called referring page title right there. We're going to map the page title right there. And then we're going to map a start tag up here in a second. I'm going to show you guys the campaign right over here in a moment. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to publish this. The last thing that I'm going to do is I need to add a landing page footer. So we're just going to go to main footer. I don't know if I built it yet in this one. Oh, I have not. So let's add a 2-column down here. We'll just build this really fast. You guys should all have this. This is a test account, and for some reason I don't have it. So we'll just, no problem, build it here. Put inbound fanatics on there. We're going to left justify this. We're going to make it full. Stylize. We're just going to, we'll make it 100%. Let's do a border on top of it. Okay, and on this section, we need to add some padding on the very bottom. Okay, there we go. So now what we need to do, we got the logo in there. We probably need to do a little footer, like terms and conditions, all that stuff. So I'm going to use I don't think you can use an icon list. Let's try that really quick. Full width, I don't want it ups and down. I want it, I want a divider. I thought maybe we could do this horizontally, but I guess we can't. Oh, what's this? Ah, that's what I'm looking for right there. You can. Inline is what we're looking for. And so we're going to go in here. I don't want that. I just want a bullet point. So let's see if I can do a bullet. Nope. Point. Nope. Let's see if we can find one. I'll just use this. It's easy. So I'm going to say terms and conditions. Copy it. Privacy policy. And then on this section, you can go here and you go to vertical line, do it in middle, and it will put it in the middle of that section so it looks good. And then I'm probably going to need something a little bit about, if you're in the real estate space, you're going to want your DRE stuff in there. So I'm going to do purity. And then same thing, I'm going to right justify this. And again, okay. For me, I think that's fine. I don't really need anything else. So let's update this. And now what we want to do before we go and do anything else with the form, we want to go create a thank you page. We're going to use the same thank you page for every single thing we do. We're never going to vary from this, okay? So let's do that really quick. Go back to our pages here. And we're going to call this, right, landing. I think just calling it landing page is totally fine. We'll go back to WordPress here. And if you hover over these pages, there you have right here. I don't have a duplicate thing, so I'm going to go into plugins. I'm going to go to add new, and I'm going to go search for duplicate post. I think it's the first one that pops up. Nope, it's not. Just kidding. It's this one right here. Duplicate page, install now. It's a blue logo, 2 million installs. Activate rather. And then if we go back to pages, you'll notice now when I hover over, I got this duplicate this button. So I want to go back to that landing page and I want to just duplicate this. Go back to date. There's my landing page draft editor. I'm going to edit this and I'm just going to call this landing success. Let's publish it really quick. And I'm going to go to edit with Elementor. And we're just going to say success. Check your email shortly. We will deliver the goods there. Obviously, we're going to delete the form. We don't need that anymore. We're going to delete this. And you know what we should do is we should just delete this whole section. And we're going to make this height-wise, we're going to make it fit to screen. Yep, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to hit update. We're going to want to add a button to send them back somewhere. We are going to call this view latest. Center that. Let's make it large. You're going to enter blog URL here. And then we're going to make this go in another window. We don't need it. We can just do it normally. That's fine. Let's go put some space behind it. So we'll do a divider between that and here. We'll give that 40 pixels. Oh no, we need spacer, not divider. There we go. I think that's fine. And then again, change this to our brand color. Text color needs to be white. That's a little big. All right, we're going to update this. So do me a favor in chat. Just do me a favor and say tracking if you're following me so far. We haven't even got to the leverage part. It's downhill from here. Okay. Awesome. So now what we have to do is we have to find this link because we're going to use this link over and over and over again. And you may want to change that background image to whatever you want, right? So we're going to go permalink and landing success. We're just going to copy this. And then we're going to go back to our landing page. And we're going to go to edit with Elementor. Now we have to go back in the form and say, hey, when they fill this out, go to that landing page. So actions after submit, we're going to add redirect. And we're just going to paste this in here. And we're going to do inbound Eddie, landing success, question mark opt-in equals success. And then we're going to update it. So now what we have so far is we have a form that we're going to use on every squeeze page over and over and over again. We are never going to use another form. So in order to do this, what we want to do is we want to save this form as a global widget because we want to lock it, meaning every time we use this form, it doesn't matter what page we put it on, we're always going to redirect to our account. So the way that we do that is that we're going to take our final form, and it's important that you do not do this until the form is done. We're going to right click on edit, we're going to go to save as global, and we're going to call this lead magnet global lead magnet form. So now it's in there, it's locked, okay? So you notice if I go to edit it now, it's gonna say, hey, wait a second, dude, this is locked. You sure you wanna edit it? So we're not going to edit it. Now, this is where we get the opportunity to start making as many lead magnets as possible. We're gonna update this. And so really quick, let's say that you guys have a lead magnet of Maybe you sell real estate in California. You want to give away a sample purchase contract with all the necessary fields that are highlighted, right? If you're considering making writing an offer on a home or purchasing a home, you need to read the contract first. That's our lead magnet, right? So let me show you how we would put that together now. You've already got this template because I'm going to put this in the members area. I'll put this in the bottom of the blog so you can download it. So what we want to do now is we want to go here and we want to create a new page. Actually, we don't even want to create a new page. You're just going to go to your landing page and you're going to duplicate this. There's our draft. We're going to edit it. And the title of the page is going to be the lead magnet, right? Download sample California purchase contract. Then we're going to edit with Elementor. We're going to save draft first. Okay, now it should let us in. So the call to action is that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to hit publish. That's literally all I'm going to do to build a landing page. So if I go look at it right now, download the sample California purchase contract. If I want to change my background image, I could have done it right here, right? All I have to do is edit up here and go to style, change the image right there if I want a different image for that. But that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the same thank you page over and over and over again. I'm never going to alter this. The footer is always going to stay the same. And I'm going to use this link up here to use in my call to actions in my blog, or I'm going to use it to advertise on social or whatever. I'm never, ever, ever going to change it from here. And the reason why I'm not going to change it from here is because now we're going to put all of the work or all of the sorting work on Keap to deliver that promise. Okay, so let me take you over to the Keap side and show you how we're going to automate that part. So we have this. Remember I told you this is what, and I can push this campaign to your guys' account as well. So we have this tag that says 10 lead magnet delivery start. It's immediately going to come back over here and it's going to remove that tag. Let me turn this off really quick. So we're going to remove that tag, and then what's going to happen is after the end of this, there's a decision diamond. And remember how in that squeeze page right here, we asked for the page title. So in here, in this decision diamond, it's going to say, hey, if we want to send a purchase contract, which is going to be right here, right? Let's say this is our purchase contract. So CA purchase contract. We're going to connect it with this. And then we're going to send it to our lead magnet delivery. So if we click on this, we're going to go down to our California purchase contract and we're going to say, hey, if the contacts, and I think mine is under, is it under tracking? Where it is, if referring page title contains, and I'm not going to type it here. I'm just going to go back over here and I'm going to exit this page and I'm just going to copy the name of the page title. And I'm going to paste it right there. So if it contains that, then what I want you to do is go here, and inside here, all we need to do is edit two fields. Number one, we need to set the field value type right here. First one we need to set, and again, I'm going to push this to you, overwrite field value, is we're going to do lead magnet title, and we're going to call this the California sample purchase contract. We're going to hit save. And then we're going to put another field value after this. And this one we're going to override the lead magnet URL. So what you're going to do with your PDF, your sample California purchase contract, is you're going to save that as a locked file. You're going to upload that to your WordPress site in the media section. Then you're going to grab the link of it so we can share it with people. And we're going to save it right here. So we're going to do insert PDF link here. And again, I'm going to assume that you guys can spell better than me. We're going to save that. Then we're going to turn this on. And then after it's done with this sequence, it's going to come over here, and we're just going to deliver the same email over and over again. So all this email is saying, hey, here's our logo. Here's the contact of your lead magnet. Hey, happy Tuesday. The report you requested, the California, is ready to be downloaded. Here's the URL. Download the report. If you have any questions, we're here to help. That's it. So we're going to use that same email over and over and over again, and we're just going to let that get delivered. Because when you guys are doing lead magnet delivery, like, we don't need to hawk all over them or like attack them with like, you know, meet with me, meet with me, meet with me. The first thing that we need to do is we just need to deliver what we promised we were going to deliver. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, would you follow up with this lead after, yes or no, based on you know, them downloading this lead magnet? And the answer would be yes. But what I would tell you to do is I would put them in a sequence that reminds them to download it first. And then once they click the download link, then I would follow up based on that lead magnet. So here's how we would do that. So we have all these little URL goals over here. You'll notice it says email link click. So if I click this goal, it's going to say, hey, if they click this at all, this little link, let's click that again. There it is. Now it's clicked. If they click this link, then I want you to go send them a follow-up email right here that says, hey, we noticed you clicked it. Do you have any questions about the California real estate contract, right? And we could automate this, right? We don't need to set a new email for every single thing that we do. You know, we could just automate the email that says, we noticed that you downloaded, and here's how you would do it in the body of text. Oh, this is a test account. I don't have any templates. All right, I'll just use this one. I'll fix this so by the time you guys get this, it will look right. But we're going to say, because again, remember, I'm asking for their first name, so I have their first name. I noticed you downloaded the report, comma, and then we're going to merge that in, right? So we're going to go to lead magnet title. First off, do you have any questions about it? Secondly, I have a few times opened this week to strategize on making a move in today's crazy market. Are you open to a no obligation, totally free strategy call? Dash name, right? Whatever your name is, we're going to go back to blocks and we're going to add a signature in here. Right, whoever sends it. So it's from the contact owner. We're going to merge in again here. What did you think? Okay, we're going to take out this little. I think that's good. I mean, we just need a little nudge. We're not looking to part water right here, right? We just want to follow up accordingly. So we're going to label that email and we're going to let it go. Now, the cool thing is you'll notice that we have first time, multiple times, third time, whatever. So this has the ability to say, hey, if they have a tag first time, if they don't have the tag the first time, then send them to this one. But if somebody downloads multiple lead magnets from you, we don't want to send them that email over and over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to say over here for the multiple times, we're going to put a decision diamond in here that says if the contact has a tag first time, then send them to the other one. So this other one's actually pretty interesting. I don't want to tag here. I want to send an email. So in this email, we're basically going to send the same one. And we're going to say, hey, congrats on downloading another report from us. because you did so, you now get a, brand name, right? Whatever your brand name is, t-shirt. Can you reply to this email with your t-shirt size and a mailing address we can send this to? Secondly, and the real reason we are sending this email is to see if you had any questions about, and then we're going to merge in that lead magnet report title again as well. Congrats on downloading. God, I need to zoom in on this here. There we go. That's probably a little bit better. Down another report or roper, whatever that says, from us. Because you did so, you now get a brand name t-shirt. If you're Marianne Shanthala, you're going to send them cookies in a mug. If you're Heather, you're going to send them coffee, or David. Let's put our signature in here. Something like that, right? So obviously you're going to change this. Now, we don't want to send this email right when they click it. So we're going to drag this email out. We're going to wait like 8 minutes. So we'll just put minutes. We'll put 8. We'll do any day. And we'll do any time. And then same thing with this one up here. We don't want to send it right away. Like, we don't want to sound desperate, right? So we're just going to wait. Let's do a different number. We'll do 11 minutes this time. Doesn't really matter. You just don't want it to be instant. And then we're going to send that email. So what we're doing from here essentially is we're just coming up with lead magnets, right? We're building PDFs in Keynote or PowerPoint. We're uploading those to our WordPress site in the media section. Then we're going to take that link, and I'll go back here. We're going to put those links right here inside this sequence. We're going to paste the name of the lead magnet right there. We're going to paste the URL of our PDF that's in our WordPress account right here. And then all this is doing with this campaign is just saying, start the campaign right here, remove that tag, make a decision based on what they converted on, set the fields. This one delivers that email. This one handles the follow-up. Right? And then after they do that, what do you think we want to do? All we want to do is add them to our RSS or our automatic blog emails from here to where they're getting posts over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to take a little bit of water. And really, that's the entire campaign. You're going to have the page template to do it. All you're going to do is you're going to duplicate it. You're going to set the form up once. You're going to save that as a global form. And then we're just going to change the call to action and the description and then go add a little section and keep. That's it. And we're done, and we can churn these things out left and right. So I'm going to stop here. Questions that you guys have. Or put good, because I'm going to give you the campaign and keep, and I'm also going to give you the page template. Now it's just up to you to figure out, like, what type of content do we want to give away? How much of it do we want to give away? Why do we want to give it away? Right? We want to do as much of this as possible, because the more that we ask, the more that we give, 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 the easier we make it for people to work with us. And I can't stress that enough. The more that we give, the easier we make it for people to work with us. Business, in the sense of how we run, especially service-based businesses, literally are that simple. David says he's good. Awesome. Thank you, David. Now, this isn't rocket science, right? It's just process. And I'm telling you, the more stuff that we throw at the wall, some of it's going to stick, some of it's not. When it doesn't stick, it's no big deal. We just move on to the next best thing. Keep trying, right? Not all lead magnets are going to be good. Not all lead magnets are going to be bad. There's some that you think, like the sample purchase contract for us did very well in Arizona. Very well. And you would think like, nobody reads the contract. In fact, I would argue that most real estate agents don't even read the contract. That one did really well. Anything that you need to do to prepare somebody for an action, 5 things that you need to know before you get your home inspected, 6 things that you need to do before you call a real estate agent to sell your home, 5 things that you should prepare for before you talk to your lender before buying a home, right? These are all lead magnets as long as you can do things from the perspective of delivering, like just go all in and give them everything. Remember, nobody works for the real estate agent based on what they believe our proprietary process or anything that is. They engage with us based on USPs and based on how we do business and our pedigree and our history and all that stuff. But they choose the agent they work with. They essentially choose the first one that they like and that they feel comfortable with. There's the whole know, like, and trust thing, right? I totally subscribe to that. I believe that to be true. But at the end of the day, success all boils down to the first person that makes them comfortable. It's just that simple. The more that we blog, the more video we create, the more lead magnets we put out there, the more that we give away, the more that we go all in. By the time that somebody meets with Jackie to sell their home in Sunnyvale or, wherever up there, like, they're just a yes. All they're doing is, I have this belief around Jackie Schollerman. I believe she's a great agent. She's given me everything online. She's been super communicative on email. Now I'm meeting with her. The only thing that I'm trying to figure out is she the same person in real life that she is digitally? If you can get to that point, your conversion rate's going to skyrocket. Okay? All right. I will put links to this in our members area. I will put it down in the comments below here on YouTube and on the blog post. If you guys go to inboundfanatics.com, you can download any of these template files right to your account. If you have any questions, we're always here to help. I hope you have an amazing Tuesday. For those of you guys that are in California that are stuck on this 4-day work week again, or at least 4-day school week, I shouldn't say work week. Good luck to you. If it's raining in your area, we need it like it's raining down here. I love you all. I'll post everything below, and we will see you on the next one.